Tonight on Good Evening, this best-selling book claims Nancy Reagan is naughty and nasty. Should we believe it?
For 3.5 years, an Oregonian named Jack Courtemanche was Nancy Reagan's chief of staff. He says this book is a pack of lies.
Reporter David Gillen finds out what really happened inside the White House. Connie Chung and Maury Povich want a child, and everyone knows about it.
I would love to be able to have a child, let her go back to work, and let me be the house husband.
A private problem becomes public as more and more couples talk about infertility and having babies. Then it takes a lot of rowing and rhythm to win this Rose Festival competition. Join us as we take you aboard these dragon boats.
It's Rose Festival and the fleet is in.
Ship ahoy, isn't that what they say?
That's what they say.
Tonight we are on board the USS Coast Guard cutter Fur on Good Evening.
Now, helping to make your night a good evening, here's Craig Walker and Theresa Richardson.
And welcome. It's Wednesday, and we are in the midst of Rose Festival.
Beautiful.
Tonight, we are aboard the U.S. Coast Guard cutter Fur, and later in tonight's show, we'll take you around and show you around.
Our ship finally came in. 15 ships scheduled to arrive in the city today, more tomorrow. U.S. Navy, Canadian Navy, Coast Guard ships along the seawall. And there'll be tours for the public, and it's a great part of Rose Festival.
It's always a fun part of it.
You bet.
Tonight, we begin our show by talking about gossip. I don't know what it is, but Americans love it.
Love it.
Especially
Yes.
if it involves someone who is rich and famous. And over the last few weeks, Kitty Kelly's unauthorized biography about Nancy Reagan has been at the top of the bestseller list.
Hugely successful, but as Good Evening's David Gillen reports, there is an Oregonian who's very close to Nancy Reagan who says that successful book is not only unauthorized, it's untrue.
It is one of the steamiest exposés to hit bookstores in a long time. Kitty Kelly's unauthorized biography of Nancy Reagan, which portrays the former First Lady as vain and vengeful, materialistic and manipulative, imperious and insincere.
It's touched a nerve in this country, and it's infuriating a lot of powerful people, so much so that you have to take the book seriously, because you wonder, what are they hiding? Why is everybody so upset?
There's very, very little truth in that book. I guess from my standpoint, I hate to see someone make $4 million from writing a book of no truth to it.
According to Jack Courtemanche, Kitty Kelly's book belongs on the fiction shelf. Today, Courtemanche runs a motorhome company in Junction City. But for 3.5 years, this Oregon native served in the White House as Nancy Reagan's chief of staff.
Kitty Kelly says that she talked to 1,025 people to do this book. Well, I find it interesting that I was with the Reagans for 15 or 16 years. I was Mrs. Reagan's chief of staff for the last 3.5 years of the Reagan administration, and Kitty Kelly never made one attempt to talk to me.
If she had, says Courtemanche, he would have painted a picture of Nancy Reagan far different from that which appeared in the book.
She's a very sincere, very caring, very down-to-earth woman with a wonderful sense of humor.
And nothing has Courtemanche esteemed as a passage in the book in which he reportedly turns down a possible photo opportunity with a child dying of muscular dystrophy. Courtemanche is quoted as saying, "The First Lady doesn't want her picture taken with some drooly kid on a respirator. It's too disgusting."
To have a statement made like this attributed to me, end quote, is so far from the truth, it is really, really disgusting.
Courtemanche is so insulted by the passage, he intends to file suit against Kelly and her publisher, Simon & Schuster. And he scoffs at the book's most sensational allegation, that Nancy Reagan carried on a long-term affair with Frank Sinatra, one that may have continued into the White House, where the two would supposedly get together for intimate lunches that would last up to 3 hours. Encounters so private, Mrs. Reagan ordered she not be disturbed, even by the president himself.
Yes, when they were having a meeting like any other meeting that anyone has, you ask for your phone calls to be held while you're in the meeting. But I can guarantee you, many, many times, I needed to talk to Mrs. Reagan when she would be in a meeting or at lunch, and she would always take my phone calls. And I can double guarantee you that any time the president wanted to speak to Mrs. Reagan, he would get through to her.
Courtemanche admits Nancy Reagan is a strong-willed woman. He also says she's misunderstood.
I feel it's all my fault. Everything's such a mess.
You have to realize Mrs. Reagan is a very shy person. And I know people are surprised when I tell people that she is a shy person, being a movie actress and the wife of the governor of California for 8 years and the wife of the president for 8 years. But she is basically a shy person. And sometimes a shy person comes across a little different. I think the shyness projected a different type person than she really is.
Whatever the truth about Nancy Reagan, Jack Courtemanche remains a committed friend. One who now cautions, don't believe everything you read.
Nancy Reagan has often been criticized for being cheap.
Frugal.
I think most of us have heard the story where she returns to her grandson this teddy bear that he had left at the White House several months earlier. She gave it to him as a Christmas present. Well, Courtemanche disputes that. He says she did return the teddy bear, but it was not intended to be a Christmas present.
We'd hope it wasn't that way, wouldn't we, though? We'd like to think the best about her. The latest on Katie Kelly, by the way, she is going to start her own syndicated talk show. It'll be an hour long. That's about all we know about it so far. No starting date has been announced.
It was very painful to be playing a mother and to want to be a mother so badly.
The stars are going public with a private problem, infertility. We'll find out how medical breakthroughs can help next. Later on Good Evening. It takes rhythm and plenty of rowing to win this Rose Festival race. We'll check out the competition aboard one of these dragon boats later on Good Evening.
A lot of people will tell you that having a child together is one of the greatest joys that two people can ever have. And I suppose that's why for those couples who discover that they are unable to have children together, it's one of the most difficult and trying and tough times of their life.
5 million American couples fight private battles every day with infertility. Well, now more and more celebrities are letting these people know they're not alone.
Television's Maury Povich and his wife Connie Chung are trying to have a baby, and everybody knows about it.
That's why Connie's taken time off, and I would love to be able to have a child, let her go back to work, and let me be the house husband.
Actress Kirstie Alley has shared the pain of her miscarriage with the world.
It was very painful to be playing a mother and to want to be a mother so badly.
And after failing to have a baby, film star Jo Beth Williams went public in her fight for infertile couples.
I know that when I was going through trying to get pregnant and losing babies and, having problems, that I felt very alone.
Celebrities are speaking out about infertility, exposing a heartbreaking problem that seems to be on the rise.
People look at them and say, gee, I have something they have, or they have something I have, and that opens up a lot of lines of communication.
Fertility specialist Dr. Paul Zarutsky of the University of Washington says 1 out of 5 couples who'd like to have children can't. It's a growing trend because couples are waiting longer before trying to start a family.
So we're seeing people as many over age 37 as we are below.
People in second or third marriages, or those who've spent years climbing the career ladder, find they're running out of time.
If it's pressure, it's the fact that Connie's 44 years old, and this has to take sooner.
We didn't think about the aging process. People always had babies in their 20s and 30s. Now people in their late 30s and early 40s are saying, I want to have a child.
But there's also a wider range of medical options than ever before. Microsurgery, treatments to strengthen the effectiveness of sperm, and in vitro fertilization.
I think one of the most important things for couples to realize is that the science is changing very rapidly.
A simple in-office procedure ended this couple's painful waiting.
We could be happier. Could be happier.
It was worth everything that we went through, because this is the end result. You got it.
After 2 years of trying and 1 miscarriage, Sheila Wyckoff-Dickey and her husband Charlie finally conceived through in vitro fertilization. Last year, she was given word that she was pregnant with triplets.
I laughed and cried at the same time. And I'll tell you, I was in the room with my husband, and he was silent for minutes.
Now the recreational therapist has her hands full, providing recreation for 3 feisty sons.
Oh, they're everything. They're everything to me. They really are. And I have turned away from my profession, and I've gone into being a true mother.
But high-tech fertilization isn't always the answer. In vitro can run as high as $10,000 an attempt. Most insurance plans don't cover the procedure, and many couples try several times without success.
It's an emotional roller coaster, certainly, and it is very difficult. Sometimes their option at the end is to remain childless.
After several miscarriages, JoBeth Williams turned to adoption. Now, she's the proud mother of 2.
But once I adopted my first baby, all of my wishes, all of my dreams, all of my need to nurture just were there.
In the desperate position.
And JoBeth says she hopes her experience will show couples everywhere that having a child isn't just about medical procedures or adoptions. It's about love.
You can have your dream. If you want to have a baby, you can have that dream. You may not, physically give birth to the baby, but you can have a child in your life.
I'm glad there are at least some procedures out there that can help some couples.
I think there's a lot of hope to people who thought they had none. It is not inexpensive, though money may be an issue in some of the situations. The procedures sometimes cost over $30,000.
But well worth it when you think of having your own family.
Ready, set, pull!
It's a 2,000-year-old Chinese tradition that gives new meaning to the song, Row, Row, Row Your Boat. We'll experience this rousing Rose Festival competition next.
Good Evening's air transportation is provided by Delta Airlines, the official airline of the Portland Rose Festival. Be sure to watch the 1991 Delta Airlines Grand Floral Parade June 8th. At Delta, we love to fly, and it shows.
Put down your pencils. Shooting hoops in Portland is not just weekend fare, rather a frequent midday affair. The downtown YWCA offers drop-in women's basketball every Tuesday and Thursday from noon to 1 for ladies looking for some lunchtime hoop action.
I like the location. I like the people.
Along with the diehard regulars and newer drop-ins, everyone is guaranteed a chance to get their hands on the ball and a shot at the basket. But you better be ready for a challenge.
Well, I'll tell you, we've got some animals out here. It's a pretty fun game. We have a real mix of players, some people that don't play a lot and some that play quite a bit. So it's a fun game.
Whatever your skill level, you'll score big with this lunchtime alternative.
It costs $4 for non-members, but if you are a member of the YWCA, it won't cost you any extra money. Now, don't feel left out, man, because you can play pickup basketball Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 11:30 to 1:30.
I've been there. I played in those pickup games at noon.
Pretty serious hoops.
Oh, serious ball is right. There's been a new and exciting addition to Rose Festival the last 3 years. You've probably seen them skimming across the surface of the Willamette. We're talking, of course, about the Dragon Boat races, kind of a combination of rowing races and capture the flag. Well, as Ann Price, our Rose Festival reporter this week, tells us tonight, this year's edition of the Dragon Boat races even faster and more competitive than ever.
Where the stillness of the water meets the ferocity of the dragon, a 2,000-year-old Chinese tradition comes to the Portland Rose Festival.
Set, pull, 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 four.
These are the dragon boats, a new staple of the Rose Festival celebration. Portland's sister city in Kaohsiung, Taiwan, donated some of the boats to foster more cultural awareness between the two cities. And what these rowers have come to understand is that dragon boat racing is hard work.
These boats weigh a ton and are over 40.5 feet long, and it takes 16 people to paddle it, and it takes a lot of strength, and these are very large, awkward paddles. They're not streamlined and lightweight.
Teams are formed by all different types of groups, agencies, and businesses. And for the past several weeks, they've all been practicing to get their dragons on track. Paddling together is the key to speed and efficiency. A drummer sets the pace and gives the team encouragement to focus all their energy and attention on the stroke. For weeks, they've been making trial runs, practicing against each other in anticipation of the big event.
There will be two boats lined up on a platform, and at the sound of the gun, the boats will race full-out sprint for about 2.5 minutes, about 480 meters long.
Pull, 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 pull.
Now, even though the speed is very important as they get closer to the end of the race, the most most important person is the woman tied to the head of the dragon. She's called the flag catcher, and if she misses the flag, no matter who crosses the finish line first, they lose. So while dragon boat racing in Portland is only 3 years old, this new Rose Festival event has already become so popular that it is sure to follow in the wake of our sister cities' example and become a long-standing tradition in the City of Roses.
The dragon boat races will be conducted in kind of a tournament style, a double elimination bracket setup. They'll start at about 9 o'clock in the morning Saturday and about the same time on Sunday for the finals. Now, if you'd like to watch the dragon boat races, the best place anywhere from the dock near the Newport Bay Restaurant or River Place downriver to just under the Hawthorne Bridge. Should be a great spectator sport. Huh?
Now, the dragon boat races are just the beginning. There are so many Rose Festival events, and here are a couple for you to check out this week. On Saturday and Sunday, you can hear Doc Severinsen from NBC's Tonight Show perform with our very own Oregon Symphony. This flamboyant and quick-witted musical director is blowing into town this weekend for 2 special concerts at the Arlene Schnitzer Concert Hall. Tickets are disappearing fast, so make your appointment to see the Doc now.
And a show by any other name would certainly not smell as sweet as this show. Drop by the Rose Show at the Lloyd Center Ice Pavilion for a dazzling display of roses. You're not going to find a bunch of flowers that smell this good anywhere.
That's right. And stay with us. Portland is known as a great Liberty town, and when we come back, we're going to talk to the crew of the U.S. Coast Guard cutter Fur, and we'll take a look at this beautiful aging ship.
Tonight on Good Evening, we're on board the U.S. Coast Guard cutter Fur, one of 3 U.S. Coast Guard ships that are here along the seawall for Rose Festival.
It is the oldest commissioned Coast Guard cutter in active service. It was built in 1939, and let me tell you, she has aged very gracefully.
She is a classic. Headquartered in Seattle, she's not very far from her home port, but Portland has such a great reputation as a town for shore leave. We thought we'd talk to some of the Fur's crew and find out just how much they're looking forward to spending time here. All right, Ensign Dreyer, a single man. You get some of this primo shore leave in Portland. What kinds of things have you heard about the city and our hospitality before you got here?
I heard it was a lot of fun, good food, friendly people. I've heard nothing but good things. I heard that it's really happening in town. There's so much to do. I'm not used to seeing something like this.
Over the years, Portland has earned a reputation as a lively Liberty town. For the 3rd year, the officers and crew of the U.S. Coast Guard cutter Fur are enjoying their visit to Portland's Rose Festival.
Well, everybody is just raving about the welcome that we get in Portland, and also the activities that are going on. It's just a fabulous time for the whole crew.
Bob Nutting is the captain of this 51-year-old ship that serves as a buoy tender in the Puget Sound area. Once considered the most technologically advanced ship of her day, the Fur is an undisputed classic among Coast Guard vessels.
The lines of the vessel, the bridge, just the characteristics of the outside of the bridge. There's a lot of woodwork. There's screen doors. There's a lot of brass on board, and these really set it apart.
Despite the pleasant surroundings, the crew is anxious to see the Rose Festival sights.
So what did you do last night?
Last night we went out and just walked around and seen a lot of the shops, went to the little carnival over here, and enjoyed the sights, mainly.
What did you do last night?
I went out and met a
Did you now?
There you go.
Did you?
Yeah, I did actually, and as a matter of fact, I'm supposed to talk to her tomorrow, but other than that...
Hope it works out.
Yeah, thanks.
She is a beautiful old ship.
My favorite part of the whole ship, the big wooden wheel.
When she saw the wheel, all the brass.
Anymore.
Wow, it was gorgeous. The 3 Coast Guard ships are along the seawall between the Hawthorne and the Morrison bridges. They'll have tours from 1 to 4. If you'd like to know more about the ships or the hostess sailor information line, call our Good Evening viewer line at 226-5031. Oh, and a bit of advice, ladies, no skirts, pants on these ship tours. These ladders are straight up and down.
Take it from me. They're very steep.
You'll be glad you did, honest you will.
The fleet is almost synonymous with the Rose Festival, and tomorrow night we're going to be checking out another group that is, and we're talking about the Clydesdales.
I'm looking forward
Plus,
to it.
reporter Ann Price is going to be taking a break from the Rose Festival beat, and she's going to be sitting down with Mrs. Oregon.
She was a small-town girl. Now she's an international beauty queen.
You spend all year preparing. When you get there, you want to win. And you can still be courteous and gracious, but you're there to win.
Find out what it takes to be a pageant winner from the reigning Mrs. Oregon.
We have so many people to thank.
I hate her so much.
Soap Dish has everyone in a lather, and Backdraft is a scorching success. We'll show you how to not get burned at the box office as we take a look at summer movies. Then, something new is blooming in the Rose City.
With these beautiful blooms, you get all of the beauty without any of the hassle.
Reporter Ann Price shows you the Rose of the 90s.
We want to thank you for joining us tonight. Now, tomorrow, we will be back at our regular time slot at 7:30.
Looking forward to those Clydesdales tomorrow night. Cosby's coming up next year tonight on Channel 8. Have a good Wednesday night. What's left of it, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Good night, everybody.
So long.